Hey everybody, Raven here, and today I want to talk to you about what's going on in the silver market. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Historic highs yet again. We have a $5 plus increase on silver, ladies and gentlemen. Just the other day I was saying, hey, it's going to be 75 next. And I was right, it hit 75, but then it jumped right to 77.26. This is absolutely phenomenal, and there's a lot of things going on, but hey, there's some positives in this. Some of the refineries have opened back up so you can get your 90% silver sold to them. A lot of the shops that are buying any of it are about $10 under spot because the refineries are about $7 to $8 under spot. So these shops do have to come in a little bit lower to make a little money on what they're bringing in. But the good news is at least they're buying the 90% again. Still a hold on the 92.5%, the sterling silver. But ladies and gentlemen, there's some really intense stuff going on geopolitically. China is literally locking up 15% of the silver market as of right now. So, it's crazy where silver is. And people, you got to understand, all these channels, including myself, we're speculating what we think silver's going to do. Sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong. But if somebody claims that they know it's exactly where it's going to go, it's going to hit 150 by, a week from now, etc., etc., they really don't know. It is speculation. It is something that you have to really watch the markets, because silver right now is pretty volatile. It could jump $3 or $4 more really soon, or it could make a big adjustment. It's something that you have to watch daily at this point, because when we're getting $3, $4, $5 jumps in a day, that is unheard of, unprecedented that it has gone to this point. Again, look at this as we speak, 77.26. And when I look at Kitco right now, it is literally back to 77 and change. It's just phenomenal, my friends, because this is something we may never experience again for a long time. This kind of rise in precious metal pricing, but some analysts are saying 100, 150. I've heard as high as 200. And a lot of it is, you got to take it with a grain of salt, because they're on YouTube. They're trying to get clicks, and a lot of stuff out there is pretty clickbaity, kind of cringy. And some people are right on the spot, I think that honestly, with the amount of information that's out there, it should be something that you guys watch multiple channels. Make sure you're getting your information from multiple sources. Look at the investing channels even, and see what they have to say. A lot of people think, well, Raven, you're really into numismatics. From day one, this has been a stacking and numismatic channel. I might talk about numismatics a little bit more, because for a long time it was really stagnant. Right now, silver's is hot. It is literally on fire, my friends. And it's one of those things that you got to stay in the game. You got to look at the different websites, read information, do a search, Google search for what's going on with silver, what's going on with technology, new technologies that are coming in, industries that are going to start using more silver. I know going forward that there's actually going to be because silver is a strategic metal, they're having users, industries that use larger amounts of silver are actually going to have to file for a certain type of purchasing license, and for their usages, because the deficit is so high. Now, who's going to control all this? This is still something that is kind of up in the air, but I did see a little blurb about that, and I thought that was really interesting to see that, government might be stepping in a little bit more stronger as far as where silver is going. Then you have things like the BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China. They've been really trying to get gold and everything to go up, and it looks like they've done it, because if you look at where gold is, holy smokes, over $4,500 an ounce. Gold was literally 4,200 just a few days ago, my friends. Literally like skyrocketing and making these kind of changes as we speak. It is literally crazy to wake up in the morning and see, hey, it was $75 and now it's 77. Right now at this moment, it jumped up from 77.26 to 77.33 in just a matter of a few minutes of me making this video. So again, my friends, please be diligent, stay informed. At this point, hold on to your silver, because here's the thing. If it keeps going up, you're doing really well. If it starts to slide and you see a big drop, a lot of you have bought your silver when it was 20 something dollars an ounce. So even if you sell it, low 70s, mid 60s or whatnot, you're making a huge return on your investment. And then you'll have some extra money in your pocket. And if silver keeps going down, you can buy more until it comes back up again, because silver is cyclical, ladies and gentlemen. You got to understand that you're going to see peaks and valleys. Over time, it's a slow, gradual climb, but historically, when you see jumps this big, there's usually something that turns around later and happens to change what's going on with silver. Right now, my phone's blowing up. I'm getting people asking me all sorts of questions. Hey, Raven, what do you think I should do? And I literally tell them, I'm not a financial advisor. You need to look at what you think is good in the market. I, myself, right now, was seeing it jump the way it has just in the last 2 days, thinks that there is a chance that it could go up even more. I'm really, really not looking forward to triple-digit silver, because that kind of worries me as far as economics, what's going on. And it's a weakening dollar. Those kind of factors are kind of scary because, if you're getting less for your money, inflation is a huge factor, and it is kind of scary because no matter what people say, they'll say, oh, well, I'm not selling my silver for monopoly fiat money. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to use fiat currency as it is, because that's what's accepted in the United States. Now, if we go back to some type of a silver or gold standard, then yes, you'll see a lot more trading as far as gold outright for goods, silver outright for goods. But at this moment in time, the majority of the population in the United States still uses currency as their main form. Matter of fact, they're using it with ATM and debit and credit cards more than good old greenbacks and cash. But that credit card is literally represented by fiat currency. So, it is one of those things that history is amazing to watch, kind of scary, but it could be a lot of fun. If you like this kind of video, oh wait, you know what? Tell me down below what you guys think, of course. Leave a comment, because it's always cool to see what the nest thinks about what is going on. If you want to correspond, it's ravenhawkcoins@gmail.com. Our P.O. Box is 721296, Norman, Oklahoma 73070. Like always, please make sure to take care of one another. We'll see you real soon. Ravenhawk Coins, have a great day.